the streets and in the world, people are so busy that they don't have time to think. A lot of people respond. A lot of people react. And in that, there's no thought process. But when you sit down and you're stationary, without the busyness of life going on, you ain't got nothing but time to think. And then you start to realize and remember that you have a mind that actually works. And when you start putting your mind to things, then you start to see things differently. You start to hear things differently. So for me, man, it's a huge positivity that came out of my jail sentence. And really, to be honest, is because in jail I met God. And when I met God, I'm not talking about, I met religion. I'm not talking about I met Christianity. I'm not talking about I met a church. I met a pastor. I'm talking about I met a divine being that, man, redirected and transformed my life by applying his principles.
Would you work for free at your dream job? Yes, I would work for free at my dream job. The reason why I would work for free at my dream job, because of just networking, how many connects I will make. And of course I would have a goal in mind. The end goal would be to actually create my own thing, But sometimes you gotta work for free. You gotta pick up all the game you can pick up. And then once it's time to, fly from the nest, that's when it's time to fly for the net. But you have to learn game, network with people. You can't just be that nigga from the start, So yes, I would work for free at my dream job.
Pro bono. Was nothing the same?
Oh, that's that Drake, right? Was nothing to say.
I did get that question. Listening
okay.
to that album, that question is from that album. Because this album is Nothing Was the Same, so I was like, what was nothing the same?
I really don't have too much to say about it. Can you pick another one? I got too much to say.
I got you. I got you. What was the last book you read?
I think I kind of been slipping on that. Was it The Richest Man in Babylon? I want to say I'm just going to say it might not be 100% true. The Richest Man in Babylon taught me some things I already knew, but I had to kind of, of course it's always good to read again a book.
Yeah.
Just about how to spend your money, and it had different stories along with it to kind of show you examples of how these people messed up when they had the bag.
Damn.
So
yeah, I haven't read that book. I've heard of it though.
Yeah,
that's what's
good
up.
Book. Yeah,
that's what's up. Richest Man in Babylon. I gotta read that.
If you break it, should you buy it? Come on now. If you're a grown man, you should buy it. If you break it, that's just taking advantage of somebody. If you break something and be, oh, you got it. Nah, you worked hard for that, So I feel like it'd be a slap in the face for somebody to break something, even if it is on purpose. I mean, even if it's not on purpose, and they say, oh, at least offer. And if they don't take it,
the gesture is everything.
The gesture. For example, I'm gonna go into it like this. We was both in the studio doing our thing, and I know I wasn't prepared. I just went in there with a lackadaisical mind frame, and I just went in there. Oh, I'm gonna get it, but I know time is money in the studio. So I'm like, why? How much is it for another hour? Because I know I'm messing up right now.
Yeah, but you wasn't.
You know what I mean? So that's the type of person I am. Though that goes back to if you break it,
Nah, I respect that.
So
I respect that philosophy.
Yep.
No, and I appreciate you offering to pay for more time in the studio. Like, I use my guest, and that's why I told you when you came in, we just gonna dedicate the first segment to house shoes and tattoos because it's like that really was the priority. The songs that I did after house shoes and tattoos, I was just like for my own vanity, just for my book, which is gonna come out, but just like this dialogue we having right now, this is really to project. BENN BLAZIN Creations, I'm going to do me regardless, and that's like really what this is about. It's about walking it and talking it, And to me, like, you know, you one of the few people I know that's walking it, you know, and right now we talking it.
Who are you? A lot of different hats, but I'm just gonna keep it real simple. I'm a black man. That's what it is.
Amazing. Does the marathon continue?
Oh yes. Well, speaking on me, yeah, I would say my marathon continues, and the reason why my marathon continues is because, like, I always have goals. I'm always setting goals, daily goals, monthly goals, yearly, decade goals. I don't really tell everybody my goals. You know, sometimes you got to keep things in private. But yes, my marathon continues, and I feel like I'm gonna always.
Oh, that's cool. You can let it.
I
appreciate it.
I'm gonna always, you know, have a marathon, and would you know, people think different, but
I feel you.
some people's marathons stops, you know, when they retire. You know, but I believe that my marathon is really gonna continue. Like, it's gonna be when I'm of age to where I feel like I don't have to work no more. I'm gonna have some different goals. It might not be financial goals, but it's gonna be some goals. So my marathon is never gonna stop, I believe.
No, I feel you. Like, I always, you know, tell my people, like, you know, yeah, you go to work, but work is recreational. Like, where you work at is your choice. You applied to work there. You know, the real work starts when you get home. Mm-hmm. And some people don't have a home, so they always at work. You know, so I knew I grew up, you know, home to home. I never really had a home, so that's why I'm always like, I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, because, you know, they say home is where the heart is at, but if you ain't got a home, where your heart at? Would you rather get mad or even?
That's a good one right there. Mad. Let me think before I speak on that one. You can answer. Oh man, I would say. Hey, now I would say, where I'm at right now, I would get mad and just let the karma deal with whatever they did, you know. If I'm mad, you know, let the karma deal with them, you know, don't even retaliate. So I would just get mad, and, you know, I got to deal with it. You got to know yourself too. So then I have to look at myself and, like, why am I mad? Is it something that is it because of my thought process, you know? So yeah, I would say just get mad.
I feel you, because getting even is a choice.
Yeah.
You know, getting mad, happy, sad, some of the times that those emotions come out of nowhere. Like, you just wake up some days, not angry, but, you know, you just wake up like, oh, yeah. You know, it's like you just thrown off, you know what I'm saying? So, but how you respond is everything. So I feel you.
Yeah. Who raised you? Shout out to Chris Beach. That's all I gotta say about that one. But
I feel you. Shout out to Chris Beach.
Who raised me? That's a good one. I feel like everybody who I've came in contact raised me, because I learned from everybody. You know, we learn from our experiences. Of course, mom and pops, you know, family and all that, but everybody, your environment, what you consume, what you put out, everything, you know, I feel like raised me.
I feel you.
Man, but, you know, that's really my answer with that one. Like, everything that I've came in contact with in my life has either taught me a lesson, taught me what to do, or taught me what not to do. And that's raising. You know, your moms and pops, they're gonna teach you what to do and what not to do. And I just seen, you know, okay, like this, I got so many examples of what to do and not to do. So everything.
No, I feel you. Anything that's raising your IQ.
Yeah.
You know, not just your childhood. You know, I think when you think about who raised you, a lot of times you think about family. Mm-hmm. But, you know, in reality, it's like, you're right, all of this stuff around us is raising us or is lowering our IQ.
Yeah.
It's free will free.
It's free will free. Free will is not free. That's a good question. free will is not free. It's not free because you can't just go out here and do whatever you want to do. That's a great question, because look what's going on with COVID-19 or whatever, you know. They're starting to have it, so it's kind of like, if you want to work for us, some places, if you want to work for us, you got to have a shot. That's not free will. They're starting to have that, you know. And just, you know, it's not free. You can't just go out here, knock somebody out in the head, and get away with it. You know,
there's boundaries, you know.
So
and, this ain't the Wild Wild West where you can just knock somebody in the head and go outside and catch your fair one and pay your bounty off.
Yeah,
I feel you on that. So free will isn't free, you know, according to BENN BLAZIN Creations, you know, and I can see why you would say that, you know, and obviously we live in a world where you got to pay for a majority of the things that you want, so why wouldn't you have to pay for will? You know, so you might have to pay for free will. When they say there's no such thing as a free lunch, I mean, I don't know if that's true, but that's gonna be one of my next questions. Should profanity be censored or uncensored? Yeah, I put this one, I ain't gonna front, I put this one in the container for you.
I remember
I
that.
just picked another one, that's my bad.
Oh, you
I'll
good,
jump
you
the
good.
gun, but yeah.
You good.
The question is, should profanity be censored or uncensored?
I remember that was the one that was in the studio.
Yeah.
Profanity. What did I know how I was thinking then. Profanity. You said, should profanity be censored or uncensored?
Yeah, that's the question.
It's profanity, so it should be censored. But I feel like, you know what? I can't even put an age on it, but I've known profanity since, you know, and it's just how you raise the child. So at the end of the day, it goes back to how somebody is getting brought up, because we all around profanity from birth, you know, and
some of us,
it's really just kind of like how the person is raised or how they're raised. So it's kind of like what would I say? Should it be censored? I really don't think it should be censored. People should be able to speak whatever they want to say.
I mean, we do have the freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
So how do you censor?
Yeah.
Because profanity is a form of language, and if you had a freedom of speech, how can you censor speech? But you know, I think we censor profanity not to censor language. I think since we package, you know, language up in shows like podcasts, episodes for TV shows that last for a long time, movies, you know, it's monetizing language in a sense, because you have to use dialogue to act and to make music and to do these things. So I think it comes with packaging the product, and you're right, like nobody wants to be censored, but like if you make more money when you have a censored version and an uncensored version.
That's real.
So I don't think they're really not there. I don't even know who they are, but I think whoever came up with the censor, you know, ship, I think that's a genius right there. It's like, oh shit, you know what? We could bust this down.
That's real.
And we can make two sources of income now, because now we can sell the censored version and the uncensored version. Shit, now we are making money.
That's
and
real.
You know what? You're gonna be upset because you gotta pay for it.
That's real.
Questions on you.
That's real.
You know,
let me see
you know. So I'm not upset with censorship, but I'm like you. I think you should be able to say what you want to say. But I get it. If you're trying to bust down and make some more bread, two, you know, is better than one.
True.
Hey, Tomei, you ready to head to the swap meet and get our house shoes, my nigga? I know I'm ready.
We in here. We in here, man. We in here. We in here, all over. All over. We in here. We in here. All over the place. All over. All over. BENN BLAZIN Creations, that's the channel. We in here, man. We in here. Just want to let y'all know we in here. We in here, man. Lit off wax. Out with the old and with the new.